Here's one of the strawberries that I planted. It's already growing flowers. The strawberries should produce fruit all summer because they are ever-bearing strawberries. I also plant some onion seedlings. I planted a few cucumber seeds here. They haven't sprouted yet. Here's one of the strawberries that I planted last year. This small hoop house is going to be for the watermelons. Here's the rhubarb that I just planted yesterday. I won't be able to harvest any stalks until next year. Here's the chicken manure I used to fill the small raised bed for the rhubarb. The poults are now old enough to spend the whole night without their little house. Next month they will soon be old enough to spend the night in the regular chicken coop. The apple trees are starting to grow blossoms. I planted some willows down by the creek to reshade this area that the beavers cleared. In a few years they should reshade this area again, and they are starting to grow buds. If it's warm enough this summer, this small stream will dry out. Here's the wild anthill that we have near the creek. There are green fruits on the salmonberry bushes right now. They turn orange to red when they're ripe. There are more trees down by the creek than there were several years ago. Alders grow really easily and quickly. There are a few willow growing down here as well. We have lots of salmonberry growing next to our road, and even a few native raspberries. And trailing blackberry. The amount of points on vine maple leaf is the same amount as the letters in vine maple. These wild huckleberries produce pink edible fruit. Red elderberry fruit is edible, but not very tasty. Even hazelnuts grow wild here. Wood sorrel is related to rhubarb. These poles are almost old enough to be outside the chicky tractor now. The weather is warmer now. Hopefully it'll be like this all summer. Bella, the chicken I'm planning on entering in the fair. When this grass grows high enough, it will be made into hay bales. This apple tree has been here longer than we've lived here. It's hollow but still alive. We planted these trees about 10 years ago. This road was still drivable 11 years ago, and now it's all covered in grass, and further down there are trees growing out of it. Sometimes in the fall we go up that hill and look for mushrooms. Less than a mile in that direction there were once buildings and a train. This undrivable road now has shrubs and trees growing out of it. Lots of spittle-bugs are living here. Spittle-bugs will make big wads of spit and make their homes out of them. The poults are now old enough to be outside the chicky tractor, but I'll have to leave one in to keep Cornelius warm. I will put them in the coop at night. Misty and Luna were just set free from the chicky tractor, and they are starting to chase me. Oh no. Hey, stay back there. Zelia, I still have to be in the Chicky tractor so Cornelius doesn't get cold. The sunflowers are starting to sprout. I planted 2 tomato plants, Brandywine and Isis Candy. The cucumber plants are starting to get bigger. So are the onions. The rhubarb is growing more leaves. The fig tree is growing its first fruit. Brownie is now 6 years old. Coco is 6 as well. The 3 speckled Sussex are all set free now. Unfortunately, Cornelius did not make it. I will have to replace Ezra with a different rooster because his legs have leg mites. I don't want him to spread them to every hen. The hens seem to be hiding their eggs because we don't get very many a day. Misty became a tame chicken. We are down to 18 chickens now because Daisy was standing in the road and she was run over. We're also not getting as many eggs these days. Here is our new rooster, Seamus. He is a Rhode Island Red. If we hadn't have taken him, he would have been butchered. We had to butcher Ezra because he had leg mites, as I already mentioned. The rhubarb has really grown. There's kale, lettuce, and a few peas over here. And radishes over here. The tomatoes are finally producing fruit. These radishes are starting to go to seed. Kale will grow on its own when beds are tilled. There are a few figs on the fig tree. There are blueberries on the bush. The sunflowers are not very tall. Hopefully they will bloom before frost. The wild cucumbers have grown their fruit. The snowberries are producing fruit too. That white in the center is the berry. It's hard to tell, but there are huckleberries on that bush up on the hill. Here's a huckleberry up close. Trailing blackberries are producing fruit. Here's a blackcat, the native raspberry. It has already grown its fruit. These trees have been growing for over 10 years. The small creek will remain dry until the rain season comes. It is molting season. I didn't get a chance to film in October, and November is almost over. Brownie and Coco molted a lot, but their feathers are growing back now. The Welsumers still have their beautiful plumage. Here is Zelia. Luna is still here too, but Misty got carried off. Deciduous trees and bushes are losing their leaves. Most of them have already lost their leaves. We are no longer getting eggs from our own chickens because it's too cold for them to lay. There's a big flower pot on top of that post so hawks don't perch up there. A hawk perched up there, then it swoops down and attacks Xena. I don't know if Xena will ever eat again. The firewood is now being used. The creek has risen. 2 days ago it was flowing over the driveway. Last night there was an eclipse of the moon, but we didn't get to see it because it was too cloudy. We have had many sunny days and cold nights, but now it's getting cloudy again. It's sunny today, but slightly cold. We have had many days like this in December. We have had sunny days and cold nights. We have had many clear nights with heavy frost. There is still frost out there in the field. It won't go away until the sun shines on it. When you look up at the trees, it almost looks like summer, but it's still winter. It hasn't even been winter very long. The creek is flowing normally. We have not had much rain this month.